Hi everyone, I hope that you're doing fantastic. Thanks for joining for another daily reading. I've already done a really serious daily reading on one of my other channels. If you're dealing with ex issues and things to do with your children that have been a violation in a very hard type of way, for instance, I'm talking about molestation stuff that came out in my first reading. So if you are new, welcome. I get a lot of real talk information. I don't get a lot of foo-foo stuff on my channel because a part of my gifting is to go after the idiots that want to do nasty crimes in the earth, okay? Don't put up with it. Jehovah don't put up with it either. I am connecting with Jehovah Elohim, maker of heaven and earth, who's running the universe and the host of heaven. And he's slaying the wicked right now. And so anyway, if that's not something you're looking for, this is where you're going to go away. Otherwise, welcome to this channel. Obviously, I'm very bold, especially when it comes to the babies and people being misused and abused. People don't get to do that crap no more. And so anyway, that's kind of who I am in a nutshell. I do use living language and scripture on my channel, and because it is wrapped up in the tarot, and a lot of people know that. A lot of people don't know that, but it is. So anyway, my name is Shannon. So I'm glad to have you if you do stay. Happy birthday, happy anniversary to anybody, and those of you who are returning, welcome back. Okay, we're ready here. Thank you, Jehovah, for clear, defined messages. What do you want to bring out? Hold on just a second here. I know it's not going to make y'all, never mind. I wanted to grab this, the Hebraic alphabet here that I was teaching the other day, that we can find the High Arcana in the Psalms. And I want Jehovah to bring a word out this morning. Thank you, Jehovah. So we have the Aleph here, and I will say that the King of Pentacles came out, and in the deck that I was using that he came out, there's a great big bull there. Now the Aleph is the ox head pictograph up here. It is the taurine energy in the zodiac, and it states here, and now the Aleph, the letter A for the Aleph in the Hebraic living language, is a person who leads a clan. Now on my tarot decks, those of you who are new, I have the High Arcana marked out with the living Hebraic language. It comes from my lineage, and I'm not Jewish. I come from the Hebraic lineage of Jacob. And anyway, I have it written on the deck here, and it would be equivalent to the Magician card, which would be the second house and the third house together there with the Aleph head in the deck. But anyway, it represents somebody who could lead a clan of people. It goes back to a strong leader and power and stuff like that. And I will say that we had a bunch of people showing up in my first reading, because there is a sea of people involved in some stupidness. But the Aleph is coming out here in the Psalms 119 with the verses 1 through 8. And it states, "Blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of Jehovah. Blessed are they that keep his testimonies and seek him with the whole heart. They also do no iniquity. They walk in his ways. Thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently. Oh, that my way were..." Oh, I can't even read my own writing here. "Oh, that my way were directed to keep thy statutes. Oh, forsake me not utterly." So, obviously, something came out in that reading where there was filthy energy. There was really filthy energy because a child got hurt. And that's supposed to be a leader here. And we got a clan of people. We had the occult that came out in that reading. And people better watch their babies. And this kind of stuff is getting out of the earth, though. All these people that think that they're going to just get up and do so, they're nasty and think they're going to get away with killing, stealing, cheating, and not keeping the true laws of the divine. It ain't going to happen. Yes, the world is here. This goes back to using wisdom and having integrity. And so for every person that doesn't have integrity, there are people that do. This is the end of a cycle. you know, we're told in scripture that Jehovah, when he comes back, he's coming with his reward. And some people are getting rewarded in a very bad way, and those people who stood the test, that went through the cycle of the fool's journey, what they call it, and you weren't foolish through your journey, then you get a well done, thou good and faithful servant. We have Archangel Michael here. This would be the shin. In the Hebraic living language, which is the teeth, it's about wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Something sharp is here with the world card coming out here for us. So something's been completed here. This is traveling energy as well, bank systems, right? It's all four. The fixed signs can be found here. So the Aleph head, which is Taurine energy, would be found here, along with Scorpio and Leo and Aquarius, as well as I always throw in Capricorn energy because it's like a co-ruling type of a card here with the 10th house. And that would go back to bosses and fathers and the industry and stuff like that. All right, so we have the Queen of Cups coming out here. She came out in the Cardinal Fixed and Mutable Sign reading. I think she was in the Cardinal reading, maybe. Those would be down below if you missed those. This is somebody in the upright. If this is you and I being loving and caring and patient and kind and generous and sweet, then that's positive. If this is in the negative and somebody is just filthy and needs to be cleaned and they just wouldn't come out of something, then this is intelligence within somebody pouring on the sweets and being manipulative. Okay. We also have the Ace of Wands, and that was out in that other reading, along with the Three of Swords. Going to come out again today. Well, somebody's heartbroken. Somebody's heartbroken because something's ended, because some people were in filthiness and they like to live that way. People, they just do. They broke a heart. There's sexual situations that are known about, because that was really coming out in that reading, people. It really was. Maybe it was with the boss. I don't know. But there's some type of a manipulative energy that's been here. And something has been defiled. If we have to have the divine coming out here to state that blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of Jehovah. What is the law of Jehovah? It's the commandments. Don't cheat. Don't steal. You know, don't call something that over here, this is mine, but you know you stole it over here. Don't be a false witness in the court of law for somebody and forge things. Don't murder. Those laws are pretty easy, but I guess if you're twisted and you're defiled in the way, then you're nasty. And that's all you know how to do is break hearts and everything else. And somebody's got great sadness upon them. At the same time, we've got somebody who's completed something in all integrity over here, who is keeping the commandments and the precepts diligently. To know that when something is presented to me, that this could hurt somebody. You know, because we've been seeing a lot of things coming up that people have been presented with bribes, or they took a bribe, and just don't pay off. It brings a curse. People, it really brings a curse. People being thrown out of organizations, insecurity. The Five of Pentacles is here. Fears surrounding money and everything else all around the world because of stupidness that has taken place. This is also telling in this card to accept help from others, and it's wise to do that. And some people are greedy, don't want to help others. Some people are prideful, won't even help or ask for help for others, and they sit there, they're hurt because of whatever reason why people do what they do. People don't come together and begin to help one another. It's just not going to turn out good for you all. It's time for the world to come together and to help and to get past some nasty stuff and get rid of the nasties. Okay? Either you're going to get up, stand upright, be in integrity, or you're out. And that's just the way it's got to be, people. It's just got to be that way. The word that Jehovah brought out here with the Aleph head and the shin, which represent the teeth, is press and fire and despair. Well, we have the Three of Swords here, and somebody has been pressed. This is a fire that is pressed by firmly pressing a wooden rod down into a wooden board and spinning the rod with the bow drill. the product of fire. Now we know that the sun is going into a fire energy as well, that where truth is, where the law is, where protection is said to be in the zodiac, where the husband is shown up here, okay? The world card can also go back to husbands and older people as well. Somebody's been pressed or something with this rod here keeps coming out. And we know somebody's, look, I'm just going to tell you people, somebody took a rod and done something sexual to a child, okay? Could have been this Queen of Cups, okay? Male or female, it really doesn't matter. I used to do therapeutic foster care, and 2 of my little foster care children were molested both by their mother and their father, okay? We are showing an energy here of, this would go back to like male type energy. It doesn't have to, but it does have a meaning of like father figures here. And I did a reading not long ago, and there was a feminine that did something to her little boy that was nasty, okay? And it really came out. It really, really came out. It's nastiness. And anyway, makes me sick to my freaking stomach. There's pressure here showing itself in this word that came out, because there's a defilement in a really bad way. And somebody's done, we had sacrificing and occultic energy come out and stuff like that. And some people put their little children through the fire. And we know that the scripture states that that's the way of Cain. And that they're twice dead. There ain't no more. They're seared at their heart. They're nasty. This is a fire offering here with that word that's come out here in this section. And it's brought a freaking despair upon some people because they understand about some things from a group of people that have done some nasty, and the word that came out in that other reading was being bound together, and their mouth being bound and tied up and all that crap. These people can go in the fire now and burn. So this is a strong pressing down on something or a pillar. There's a support for a roof here, where the roof presses down on the pillar as well for the foundation, whatever that means for any given person. Why it's coming out in this section. You know, it really amazes me how Jehovah will bring the thing out. Last night I did a reading, and we had energies come out that somebody was in a ditch. And a couple days prior to that, Jehovah literally brought a word out that somebody was going to die and go into a ditch or something like that. Now, whether that was spiritually, emotionally, physically, it's going to happen for any given person, your character. But he is calling a thing out and prophesying a thing about somebody who has done something. We had stormy waters in that reading that I did on my other channel this morning. And the word here, the other direction with the shin and the aleph head, is crash. But it's also going back to talking about a storm and being desolate and a loud rushing noise of a crash as thunder or the crashing of waves in the sea. Well, that goes back to people. Let's talk about the sea real quick. First of all, when the death card comes out, that's the mem, and that's a sea of people. That's a who, what, when, where, how. It came out with the hangman, which is prophecy, which has a meaning of stormy waters, okay? And the sea goes back to the word yum in the living language, and that's a working terror of water. We have despair and energy here, and something's very much unclean, and we're talking about people put their children through the fire, and we're talking about Cain energy, which is the dragon, and we know the dragon can be found in the sea. So all these connections are here. They are here. We got water right here with this Queen of Cups energy, and some people were very clear about who this Queen of Cups was in my fixed, mutable, and cardinal sign readings. Wherever she showed up in that reading, there was a bunch of stuff there. It was very clear about who this person was and what has taken place within. And I want to say that the Ace of Wands came out in that reading. It came out in this morning's reading, but I want to say that came out because there was clarity about something with her. there in that reading. Now, if you're in the upright, you're in the upright. I'm not talking to you. We're getting rid of the nasties out of the earth, people. But there's something to do with the storm. And actually, this morning we had the word rain come out here. And the rain will go back to the flood, which also goes back to the mem, because that's one of the meaning there. And we got a storm here in this word. And so it's coming out anyway. There's a thunder here. There's a crashing. Something's happened also by a big water, a body of water, or in the storm or something like that. We know that we're in the flood. In the spiritual sense, it's the end of the world as we know it, people. It's prophecy taking place. Okay, it's very stormy for some people because it's very spiritual. Fire is spiritual, but yet it's happening in a very natural, carnal way here for us. There's a desolation here on somebody who's just been a destroying energy, because the word here is a destruction and a destroy, desolate energy. Somebody is just totally done something in a very loud, destructive, crashing, thunderous way that's come back upon them, and now here comes their reward, and it's heartbreaking. It is really heartbreaking. That's amazing how you'll bring a thing out. But blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of Jehovah. Ain't no other way, people. You get yourself up in a bad freaking mess. Blessed are they which keep his testimonies. What are you testifying about? Huh? You testifying how good it is to put your freaking children through fire and watch them scream and burn and cause nothing but a freaking ruckus and do things in the industry like that, and you're out of here. It's the end of the world as you've known it. I'm going to I feel sick to my stomach because it's nasty behavior in the earth. And I'm so thankful that Jehovah's getting rid of it, because these people are of no freaking worth. They just aren't. They're nasty. You think you're going to steal, kill, and destroy people. Your time is up, devil. You don't hurt the babies. My children have been sacrificed. I didn't even get a proper, nobody even came to me to give me a proper closure where my children were concerned and my grandchildren. They stole my music, and anybody else's who has gotten mixed up in some crap in the earth. We're getting justice, because those who will stand up and testify about the great one, we're going to see our enemies go to the fire, and the smoke of them things are going up and up and up forever for what they've done to them babies. Somebody says, I'm so in love with you, and it's very truthful. And somebody has been in love and has been kept away because some stupid jealousy, and it just really went south for someone. Somebody who's in the public eye is also here. We also have, when the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh. Yeah, that's what they do. Cain eats the dung. Cain eats the flesh. Cain sacrifices their children and all of the rest. But the scripture tells us that when the wicked, our enemies, come upon us to eat up our flesh, they stumble and they fell. Yes, they're going right to hell now, because their world is up. Jehovah said in Isaiah that once he got rid of the consumption that was decreed on the whole earth, that he was going to turn around and consume the ones who were consuming. He just used them for that purpose, to get rid of the wicked out of the earth. Anyway, Jehovah is our light and our salvation. These people are out of here. This is taking a risk, and the wicked fail is what it says. I'm seeing the word dragon here on this card. Yes, we're dealing with China energy as well with that stupidness. And the prophecy states that the dragon and what we're dealing with all around the world with this pandemic, it was going to be defeated. What else do you want to bring out here, Jehovah? Really sobering energy today that Jehovah's bringing out. Somebody says, I know that I lied, but I didn't want to go to jail. Well, it's too bad. We also have a real estate agent here. showing up. And be not a witness against thy neighbor without a cause, and deceive not with thy lips. That's right. If you're not going to keep the true commandments, and you're not going to love your neighbor as yourself, you're out of here, because you ain't putting up with it no more. Righteous lips are the delight of kings, and they love him that speak right. Yes, and laughter doeth good like a medicine. Some people do need to laugh because they've been in nothing but despair for the last few years, because we've been in the tribulation, and there is wealth that's coming, and it's on its way, and that came out in those mutable fix, and I think it was on the mutable sign reading, possibly. Emotions are everywhere also showed up, and it was there with that Queen of Cups. Okay, that Queen Cups did not get away with what she did, what she circulated, and what she started, and she ain't getting away with it. She's a freaking manipulator. For the negative Queen of Cups. We have the X. Yes, and she put people out in necessity. This is the N in the runes. This is somebody who's in rebellion, and they're going to go to hell, because rebellious energy does not win you anything, people. This is a difficult lesson that has happened to somebody. This is somebody that's been put in apathy, or somebody that was in rebellion put somebody in apathy because of their freaking rebellion. Solitude energies here, searching for the essentials. What am I gonna do, my God? Because this stupid idiot is a witch. She's just a freaking witch. She's brought nothing but heartache. And send her to the dragon, and let her get eaten now. So, and some of you are dealing with your ex, okay? The ex has been the freaking problem. But that, in the N, this is actually the N, but it looks like the X, the next. Next is what she's, next, and she's a murderer. This person's a murderer, and she's murdered her own children. And sex is here as well. And I'm hearing Nessie. That'll take you back to the dragon-like energy type of energy as well. This is a spiritual war, people. It really is. We have the axe here as well. And people have been driven away because of stupid lies and deceit and all that kind of stuff. And they just tried to hide something, and just kept growing and growing, because you ain't going to get away with what you think you did. You ain't going to keep the ways of the Most High. You're going to stay undefiled. You don't live. You just don't live. We have the name Anne here as well. There could be more than one Anne connections. We have the ass here as well. And somebody's getting judged right now. They just really are, for putting somebody out of their necessities. The 5 Pentacles is here. That actually came up in that reading. I'll put all those readings down below. They're very profound, what came out on those readings, if you want to take a look at them. Let me just take a couple from this Hebrew deck, and we'll call it a reading. Yohava, what further information do you want to tell us about this Queen of Cups? A lot. A lot. I'm just going to take the bottom one, and then I'll take a couple more. This goes back to honoring and an offering with a willing heart. Some people didn't do that. If this is parents, we've often had energies that came out here that state that if you steal from your parents, you become a friend to a destroyer. Well, we have the dragon energy here. And if you don't honor your mother and your father, you don't get no long life and all that kind of stuff. But we do have an honor and an offering with a willing heart. And it needs to go to the true Father, the true Abba in heaven. We have a hidden app on the internet. Yes, there's been secret money. Yes, and it's all going to come back into my account. And love is the answer. That came out in the, I think it was the mutable sign readings. And there's the tapestry. And some people have only been showing you one side of the tapestry. If you can't show both sides, then something wrong with you, because it takes both sides to make something beautiful. The guts and all. What else do you want to bring out here? The letter N, the B, the D, the T, the H, and the A, and the S is out here, and the X. is out here. They still have the evidence. Yes, they do still have the evidence. They sure do have the evidence. I'm going to just leave it at that. We know there's been a grave evil done, people, and somebody needs to go to prison. And they are definitely going to go to prison beyond this realm, because the prophecy states that Jehovah has chains of darkness awaiting for these nasties that have done nastiness to the earth. The whole earth has been under judgment. So you're going to either get up and get out of your undefilement if you can hear today. Some people, it's too late. They're already twice dead. If you can hear today, you better get up and you better start walking the way of the Most High, or you're screwed, because he's coming, people, with his reward, and a bunch of people are involved in some crap, and it ain't good.